All right,
So-
well,
With Valentine's Day on our minds, we thought, you know what, we should probably have a relationship coach here to talk about how to have that great relationship in your life. Relationship expert Dr. Julie and John Gottman of the Gottman Institute have some tips that are really helpful for all relationships.
and we're going to chat about 3 of them today with Dr. Karen Ryan, who is a psychologist with Nystrom and Associates. Dr. Ryan, good to see you.
Good to see you. Happy Valentine's Day.
So let's give people some good solid foundation for how to have a better relationship.
Yeah, let's do that on
What
this
are we-
relationship
what are
day,
we
right?
sta-
Let's
what are we
talk about
starting
some
with?
skills.
Yeah, what are we
We're
starting
starting with the first thing is bids or attempts to connect with one another. So the Gottmans at the Gottman Institute call bids any attempt to connect or engage with somebody. So that might be when you're watching the news, you're like, oh, it looks like we're going to get some snow in the next few days. Or it might be, man, I'm thinking about the weekend. We have a lot going on. Or a touch as you pass somebody. And so what's really important is then how the other person responds to the bid. Do they respond positively with an engagement in another bid? Do they kind of ignore or just kind of disengage, or do they go on the attack and say something negative? And what's important about it is what the Gottmans have found and what we find, right, in the work we do, is that those day-to-day interactions and the way we engage with one another, and if that other person responds, is the foundation of relationships. It really is the most important thing that then allows you to be able to tolerate those more difficult times. And so it's being thoughtful about in your own relationship, do you engage in bids? Do you try to connect with your partner or your loved one? So when your kids come home from school, do you look them in the eye and say, hey, how was your day? That is like a connecting, looking in the eye, and then does that person look at you back in the eye and respond to you? Or do they kind of, I don't know. Or say, leave me alone, right? So those are the 3 different ways.
Depends on the day.
I was
of
going to say, do you
responding.
hold the kids to the same standard as the spouse?
No, no.
Yeah.
No, right? And so there is more patience that comes with being the adult and riding out those emotions. And so it might be if you attempt to engage with a child and do a bid and they're not in the place for it, you come back. So later, after they've maybe had a snack, then you're like, hey, how was your day?
Yeah,
And then they might engage. And so really it's being thoughtful and being aware of like, how many times during my day do I try to connect with the loved ones in my family? How much am I reaching out with positive bids? And how do I respond to that other person? Because if we're responding with attacking, that really breaks down the trust. It makes us feel not cared for, not seen, not valued.
Give me an example here, because you
Yeah.
kind of use the example of a bid for connection might be saying to your spouse, oh, we have a busy weekend coming up.
Yeah.
What would be a positive
Yeah.
example versus a negative example of how you
I
would
love
come
that. So you say that, and I say, "Oh, you're right. Like we should look at the calendar and figure out like who's going to go what, who's driving where." Yeah, good idea. So that's like double positive. Like not only am I responding and affirming you, I'm also saying what can we do to solve it.
Yep.
A neutral but not connecting would be like, yeah. Or another one would be like, "Why are you worried about that now? We're just trying to get out the door to get to work. How can you worry about the weekend right now?" That's an attack.
Okay.
And so you can see how that really is going to set the tone differently.
Yep.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So those are bids.
Why are you laughing so much?
The whole bid thing is funny to me because I think of an example of recently when we went for a walk and my wife tried to chat me up about something. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
We walked for 45 minutes and I don't think I said a word. It wasn't because I didn't realize I wasn't accepting the bid.
Yeah.
I just had
Have you never been to marriage counseling?
no.
Oh, this is like
This
the
is
number
good
one thing. That,
stuff.
I said to Karen when she
Yeah.
walked in, oh, I'm a pro at this. I know
Yeah.
all about a bid for
Why
connection.
would we go to counseling? Everything's
And
perfect.
I gave my husband a little attack this morning. Like, oh, I'm sorry. That was not what you were trying to communicate to me.
But let's let's talk about this though,
Yes.
because
Yeah.
then once you do the attack, there's a way that you can kind of repair things, right? if you recognize
100%.
it.
100%. So that is like the number one thing that we can do when we recognize that there's been a disconnect or a push away or an attack, the power of repair. And so this is especially true in our like marriages, our relationships, but also with our children. Because then our children can learn, oops, I don't always have to be perfect. When I make a mistake, I take accountability and I apologize. So this morning, my husband had just made a comment, the dog was sleeping in. And I was like, oh, but I don't have time to let her out when she wakes up. And he's like, I wasn't asking you to. I know you have to get ready. I was just commenting how cute she is. She's been snoozing. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I misinterpreted that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I misinterpreted. That's on me. So the importance of being able to do repair is really what can help you get back on track. And when you have those positive interactions built in there and we're kind of responding to one another, we give a sincere, I'm sorry. It's oftentimes an apology, or I misinterpreted that, or here's what I was thinking, or even not an excuse, but an explanation. You know, I had a long day at work. I took out my stuff from work on you.
Yeah.
That is all repair, and it's really helpful, and that's a key piece. So that's like the second thing you can do is like be aware of like your bids and times to try to intentionally connect, and then make repairs. Apologize when you've made a mistake, and when your loved one attempts to repair, can you open your heart and be receptive to that?
So I suppose it's important to know when you're not doing things correctly
Yeah.
too, right?
Yes.
Because that's how we're going to learn from it. So
Yep.
what are some of the red
Yeah,
flags?
so Gottman he calls them the 4 horsemen, or like these 4 big red flags that are really destructive to relationships and really make it hard to have trust and connection. The first one is criticism. So criticism is when you are verbally attacking that person or their personality or their character. So instead of saying, you know, when I get home and the dishes are still on the counter, it feels stressful and hard to start dinner. I'm concerned about the dishwasher, versus I come home and this house is a mess, you never do anything, nobody ever does anything around here except for me. It's a personal attack. And so watching when you're making like generalized statements, all or nothing, you never, why do I always have to, those are some like criticisms. So that's the first red flag. The second is contempt. So contempt is making a comment or a personal attack, but with the intent to really harm, insult, or abuse. So this is when you'll hear words of like, you're lazy, what's wrong with you, why are you always so anxious and worried about things, and so it's a put down within there. The third one is defensiveness. So that's what I did this morning when I perceived something as attack, and so then you try to like protect yourself. And like kind of you see yourself as a victim and try to protect yourself. And I think of this as finger pointing. Well, you don't either. Well, I need to get ready.
Right,
and so
right.
that defensive response. And then the fourth is stonewalling, where you are disengaging and essentially kind of ignoring the person. Think of the silent treatment. Think of like that idea of I'm not going to engage with you. I'm mad at you, so I'm not going to respond. Or just completely avoiding conflict and not talking about things. That's stonewalling. And so those are 4 things to tap in and be like, if those things are happening in my relationship, it would be probably really helpful to get some help and guidance on how do we get those out of our relationship and get out of those patterns.
Go ahead, Bing.
Oh, I was just going to ask, for someone who's watching this at home
Yeah.
and this is all new to them,
Yeah.
how do you start the bid for connection? Do you tell your clients, you know, just try once a day to make this bid? And like you said this morning when you had your tiff with your husband, you said, oh, that was your bid for connection. Oh, this is what I did. Now there's my apology. You kind of labeled it as the process in which you went through to remedy the situation.
Yes.
Is that okay to do too?
Yeah. And what I'll tell a lot of clients is, at first it feels like I don't want to have to force this. I don't want to have to like intentionally make bids.
Yeah.
And I say that is absolutely okay. That is wonderful. That is showing an effort and a desire to build connection and trust in your relationship. So it might be like, oh, I'm going to intentionally like give them a shoulder rub when they do that. I'm going to intentionally now when they come home from work acknowledge that. Or I'm going to intentionally when my kids go to bed, go in there, give them a little snuggle and check in. It feels like it's forced. It's not. It's getting into healthy habits and getting those connections and like building that trust back up. And so, yeah, I'll absolutely say, can you make the effort to do it? Even though it's like, oh, it's thought, I have to think it through. That is not a bad thing, that it doesn't come naturally, because relationships are work.
What if you were trying to make your bid and it wasn't really accepted? And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you start trying to, like,
Yep, and so you don't want to,
talking?
we don't want to criticize or be contemptuous, right? So then you could say, hey, I really wanted to connect with you and figure out what we're going to do this weekend. Could we sit down and talk about that for a while? Or it seems like you're busy right now, but I really would like to figure this out. Can we talk later? So it's softening, and what you do, the key piece, Chris, is when that person is like not receiving it, if you can soften and explain why you're wanting to connect and that your goal is positive. So instead of saying like, you don't listen to me,
like
I want us to figure this out.
Like
and
get
so
off your phone so we can talk about this right now.
Yeah.
That would be the way not to do it.
Yes.
But to do it the way you said.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little overwhelmed with all the details. Do you think we could figure this out together? Yep.
And don't be afraid to make the repair.
Don't be,
That's
like,
good.
can you, exactly, like, decrease that defensiveness and be like, this is a good thing. This isn't like, because so many people will be holding on to that and not want to, and there's so much power and strength in apologizing and repairing. Yeah.
And you brought up a good point. It's good for the kids to see that too.
You bet.
Good advice, Dr. Ryan.
Yeah,
thank you.
thank you.
Nystrom and Associates provides care in the field of psychiatry, psychology, family therapy, and more.
If you are struggling with stress or anxiety or depression or addiction, reach out to them. They can help.